Have you ever watched my channel and thought, this guy's kind of weird? Oh, jeez. Sometimes referred to as astrology for guys, the Myers-Briggs personality test categorizes you into one of 16 categories in the flavor of United States tax form. From that, you can determine your personality traits. And I recently took one. The questions were revealing, I think. You regularly make new friends. People are social creatures. Everyone likes finding somebody that they can call a friend. Someone you can call up and say, hey, do you want to see how many red vines we can eat in a minute? And then be there for you to get you an ambulance. If I find somebody that I'm making friends with, I'm happy. However, I am very introverted. But I'm an animation YouTuber, so I don't think anybody's surprised by that. Socializing will drain me a lot faster than most things, so it's just not something I seek out. Hi. I just have the friends that I have, and sometimes new friends happen. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Just the other day, I learned that ticks don't freeze in the winter because they produce kind of an antifreeze chemical, and also Lyme's disease feeds off of that chemical, and that's insane. I've been watching a lot of content vicariously through Moist Critical lately, and it'll often send me down a rabbit hole of like Wikipedia searches and other YouTube videos that I didn't need to know, but I find very entertaining. There's always something to learn on the internet, and the internet never says no. This video is sponsored by Keeps again! Keeps is a subscription service. Keeps delivers hair loss treatment to your door. Keeps does not make you explode. That was unrelated. Are you in need of hair chemical? Well, consider Keeps. Keeps is a hair treatment service that has doctor-recommended plans that are delivered straight to your door at about half the cost of a traditional pharmacy. Also, Keeps has an assortment of hair products, which includes an all-natural and award-winning thickening shampoo and conditioner system for strong and robust hair. Keeps has a network of medical advisors, prescribers, and specialists who can support you for whatever help you need for your hair treatment goals. Hello, Keeps? You guys have any extra hair? I'm collecting. So what do you mean when you say, stop calling? Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off on your first order, go to keeps.com/ice cream sandwich or click on the link in the description. That's keeps.com/ice cream sandwich. Keeps. It's a product. You usually stay calm, even under a lot of pressure. One time, Kelly and I were driving away from the city on this road that was starting to turn into a highway. Usually, highways don't have lefts, but because it was some kind of transition thing, there was this left lane this guy was using, and just as I started to close the distance between this guy and me, they failed to look behind them and change lanes directly into mine. But without a gasp or a flinch or anything, I applied the perfect amount of brake just in time so I could get out of the way and keep going down the highway. Perfectly, without flaw. But this other time, I was mixing a bunch of trail mix and I dropped a raisin on the floor, and Rhea, my beautiful and adorable dog, came and ate it, and she really liked it. I'm like, oh, you like raisins? And I gave her 5 more raisins. Later that night, I wake up to hear her vomiting in another room. I go and see that she's really acting very sick, and I get like some kind of divine thought pops into my head and just says, maybe it was the raisins. I'm like, no. It's a fruit. And then I Googled it. And for anybody that doesn't know, raisins are incredibly toxic to dogs to such an extent that 1 raisin can kill a dog. And I gave my dog 6. I begin calling the ASPCA, and I'm calling emergency vet lines trying to get to her appointment, which I eventually place. And this whole time I'm shaking and crying and not doing well. In the end, they treated her, and she's fine. Everybody did a great job except for me, and now she doesn't get raisins or all of these other things that are poisonous to dogs. So anyway, am I calm? Depending on the situation, I will either have an incredibly strong emotional reaction due to intense fear and guilt, or I'll activate like a sleeper agent and do whatever is necessary to succeed. So, I don't know. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry. No. You're more inclined to follow your head than your heart. It's hard to follow what's not there. You feel comfortable just walking up to somebody you find interesting and striking a conversation. Oh God, no. I'm not insane. What if they find out I'm weird? Could you imagine? That'd be embarrassing. Stop staring at me, freak. Plus, what would I even talk about? You know that ticks, they make antifreeze and Lyme's disease eats it. Oh, wait. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Yeah, this is something I wish I could change about myself. This one time somebody asked me to make a tattoo for them, and I said, of course. But they had to consistently remind me to complete the task because I kept forgetting or procrastinating, and then in the end, it wasn't even actually what they wanted because I also have trouble following instructions. So I think that I'm just not organizationally strong, but I can draw a pretty mean circle. So after compiling these and other questions in this quiz, we get Logician, which feels wrong, but the explanation feels like it actually makes a little bit of sense. Oh, would you look at that? What is happening over here? According to the test, my strengths are things like thinking of ideas, imagination, curiosity, and seeking objective truth, which I think I'm in line with. I love daydreaming. I don't know how I passed any test ever. Someone might be professionally explaining the detailed and extensive history of the Eastern world, but what is going on in my head is completely separate. My weaknesses are things like being disconnected, too matter-of-fact, perfectionist, dissatisfied. I can relate to some of these as well. I spend a lot of time trying to get a drawing to feel right, even though my drawing style is really simplistic, and I should just embrace that simplicity. There have been times I will get caught up in drawing a circle for well over a minute just so it looks right, and that's probably not great. Oh, there's more. What does this say? Is so cool and handsome. Wow, what a handsome guy you are. Wow, it's crazy that it says that at the bottom. That has always been there. What the heck? Anyways,